Welcome to Volume 8 of Zack Attack, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 things you should know about the SEC in the 2016 season. First off is Tennessee overrated. They will not win the East, as experts predict that they will this year. I'm not saying that because I'm a Gator fan and I have a bias and we've beaten them the last 11 years, even though, that alone is a pretty strong statistic. But if you look at their schedule, so after, they play App State, VTech, Ohio, and really nothing crazy. They host the Gators, which they can never beat the Gators. Let's keep that in mind. Then they go to Georgia, who a talented team, especially with Kirby Smart taking over. Then they go to Texas A&M, that should be a win. And then they got to host Alabama. If they come out of those 4 games unscathed, I would be shocked, in all honesty, because that means they would have to have beaten Florida and Alabama. So that alone is why I do not think Tennessee will win the East, and it will be another disappointing disappointing season for fans in Rocky Top. Next, I want to say is Ole Miss again will beat Alabama. These two hook up the third week of the season. These last 2 years, Ole Miss has proven they can outsmart Nick Saban and Alabama. They beat them at home and in Tuscaloosa, and I think the same result will happen this season. Alabama always brings in talent, but Ole Miss still has Chad Kelly, who is the nephew of Hall of Famer Jim Kelly, returning, and they still have a solid squad and a great team with Hugh Freeze, and I really think they will beat Alabama. But they won't win the West. They'll fall apart at the end of the season like they tend to do. But somehow we'll probably win the Sugar Bowl or something crazy, and it'll still be a successful season at the end of the day. Next, I want to say is that my third thing is LSU is going to win the West, and Florida will win the East. I think LSU will finally get over the hump and beat Alabama. If you look at LSU's schedule real briefly, their toughest road game, I'd say, is they come to the Swamp and play the Gators. And in all honesty, I think they're going to win that game. We've had trouble beating LSU. And as much as I have faith in my Gators, I really think that LSU will beat us yet again. It'll be a good game for sure. But I have LSU taking the cake there. And then besides that, they host Ole Miss. They host Alabama. Their road games, Auburn, Texas A&M, that's nothing to fret. I think LSU finally takes the West and gets back to the SEC championship where they would play the Gators, who are going to win the East. The East is down. It's weak. Tennessee and Georgia are about the only other 2 teams that can compete with the Gators. And Tennessee's going to find a way to choke against Florida. And Florida's going to beat Georgia. If they can beat them with Treon Harris, they can beat them for real quarterback and Luke Del Rio, which segues into my 4th point. Florida's offense is going to be better. They have a legitimate quarterback. Guy's not 5'11". Del Rio hopped around a little bit. And he's also the son of Jack Del Rio, NFL coach. He's just a competent quarterback, and with just an established offense after a year under the McElwain system, I really expect Florida to start putting up points like they used to back in Meyer Spurrier eras. Nothing like Spurrier with the air raid offense putting up 50 a game, but I really think that the offense can be improved and more exciting to watch. And then my final point I want to say is Leonard Fournette is going to win the Heisman. The SEC again will have a Heisman winner. Leonard Fournette is a beast. He only got knocked out. Because Alabama just shut him down. Had they not shut him down, I really think he could have given Derrick Henry a run for his money. But this year, I think he's going to tear it up and lead LSU to an SEC and even a national championship. But I'll get into that later. So that's about all I have. Thank you for your time today. I will try and put out another Zack Attack video blog while I'm in Mexico. But until then, God bless everyone, and thank you.